Hey everybody, happy Friday. It is I, your songwriting partner, your co-producer, and as always, your friend, Joe Seeby. And happy Friday, guys. And Friday is our melody writing day. It's where we look at the lyrics that we wrote on Thursday night in a exercise we call Picture This. And based on an image, a photograph, we all individually write lyrics. Well, I wrote my lyrics, and I showed you these lyrics last night. But now I'm going to show you how I gave a melody to those words. You know, what is a melody? A melody is a tune in which something is sung. You know, happy birthday, right? Mary Had a Little Lamb. That's the melody for Mary Had a Little Lamb, okay? So just to get yourself acquainted with what is a melody, right? Not lyrics, it's the tune, right? So how do we start a melody? You know, it's not the easiest thing in the world. I mean, it can be. I mean, like I hear melodies in my head, they just pop into my head. And then I have to find them on, my instruments, guitars or piano or whatever. And so I'm going to read you the lyrics that I wrote for this without anything in there, right? So I didn't want to make you cry. I never should have let you go. We could have had it all this time. Too late to say I told you so. That someday you'll be back in my arms, protected and warm, baby. Didn't want to make you cry. Okay? So, where did I start? Okay, well, the first place I started this time was with the tempo. Okay, so I thought, I put this beat on. I'll show you the beat. So it was, da, 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 da. So I was going, almost like a rap. Didn't want to make you cry. Never should have let you go. We could have had it all this time. Too late to say I told you so. So I'm singing it, but it's like a rap, It's like, I don't want to give away the melody just yet, even though I just did. It's okay. Because I'm singing it an octave higher than that anyway. So you're only hearing it very, very low. But, all melodies are derived from what's called scales. Scales are like, here's a major scale. That's the major scale, right? Now, and then there's minor scales too. Same thing, and they're like your tools to create melodies, right? They're like, they're your tools in which to create melodies from the scales. So the first thing I did was, and of course I said this before, I know my voice, right? So I already picked keys that I know are going to work for my voice, right? So that's where I always start. So I'm in the ballpark. I know my voice, and I know where I can go, and I know where I can't go. And I know where my voice sounds good, and I know where my voice doesn't. Having said that, I'm going to show you right now the first note that popped in my, in my voice was, I didn't want to make you cry. That's the first thing I heard. So let's find out. So I thought it was nice. I didn't want to make you cry. I should have never let you go. I like that, right? So, I didn't want to make you cry. I wanted it to move and be, I wanted it to have movement. I love movement, and I love good melody, And I like to sing over chord changes, But your melody should always be melodic whether there's chords or not. You know how like the Star Spangled Banner, right? The Star Spangled Banner most of the time doesn't have any music under it. You know, someone gets up, you know, in front of a game and they sing the national anthem and there's no music, just them singing unaccompanied. But the melody's so strong that you don't really need the music to understand how melodic it is. You understand what I mean? So, you know, that's my rule. My rule of thumb is always, you know, if there was no music, would your melody still be effective and good? So that's usually what I base everything on, is that. So if it sounds pretty without any music, then you know you got something, right? I didn't want to make you cry. I never should have let you go. We could have ended all this time. Too late to say I told you so. Right? That someday, we thought that someday you'll be back in my arms. Protected and warm, baby. Ooh. Right? I'm giving away a lot of the melody, but you understand where I'm coming from with it, right? So I'm going to play it on the piano just so you can hear. My voice is a little shot, but here it is. Like so. So that is the whole melody. Now that's based on a major scale. It's a major chord progression, right? So we already know, like, you know, so I'm going. Right? So I didn't want to make you cry. I never should have let you go. We could have had it all this time. Too late to say I told you so. Right. Thought that someday you'll be back in my arms. Protected and warm, baby. Yeah. So, you know, and, you know, this took me a long time to write that. You know, it didn't come like that. You know, I had to really, you know, I took it in little pieces. I just went little by little increments, and every change I made, I went, oh, that's nice. You know, oh, I like that, you know. So, but it, like I said, it all derived from, you know, a major scale, you know. That's my whole melody right there. So, you know, but like, where did I, you know, how did I get that? Well, you know, it just takes time playing around and trying different chords. So like I was doing, you know, like, I didn't want to make you cry. I should have never let you go. We could have had it all this time. You know, I played around with chords. I did so many different chord progressions before I settled on that one. So, you know, it's a process. It takes time. It's not something that just, you know, you do like that. Now, sometimes it does. Sometimes I will, you know, hear something in my head, and then I have to just pull it down from, you know, and it's always kind of like blurry, you know. I say this all the time, but you hear music and it almost sounds like it's coming from a couple blocks away, or maybe next door, low, but you can feel it coming through the wall, but you can't really hear it. Well, that's how my ideas are sometimes in my head. They're kind of blurry. You don't hear them. I hear the start of them, but and like a couple seeds will be sown from the, you know, from the little pieces and bits that I get from it, right? So, and then you have to coax it out, you know. And then what I did was actually on my phone, I recorded little bits of each part of the chorus until I liked all the parts and they were smooth. And then I, you know, practice that until it gets smoother. But like I said, the whole thing, right? So, now there's some changes in there. It's like that. Here too, because I throw a minor in there. That minor really puts that little change, that little twist on it. And that's the kind of stuff that you look for when you're writing a melody anyway. You know, you're always trying to find something that was like slightly unexpected, you know, like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. And it was a cool little twist or a little shift in the key, or like in going from a major to a minor. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to sing the whole little demo for you that I did before I did the class. So I'm going to show you that right now. So here it is. Here we go. I didn't want to make you cry. I never should have let you go. We could have had it all this time. Too late to say I told you so. Thought that someday you'll be back in my arms, protected and warm, baby. Ooh, didn't want to make you cry. Well, that's the whole thing, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Anyway, that is all the time we have for tonight. This is your songwriting partner, your co-producer, and as always, your friend, Joe Seavey, signing off. I love you guys. I miss you. Be safe. Have a great weekend, and I will see you on Monday. Peace.